Okay, so you guys sent us this report on Mattie Pruitt's American Idol audition, and everyone's talking about it, and we wanted to take a deeper look.
Hmm.
We've got all the info, like how she did, how the judges reacted right away, and even what she said when she got the golden ticket. And what we really want to do today is figure out what made this audition so special. Like what made it stand out, and what it says about these early, really important moments in a competition like American Idol.
It's interesting that, it's almost like you're seeing raw talent and potential in such a short amount of time.
Right.
And what's really fascinating to think about is what makes that first impression, that very first impression, so powerful on judges who've already seen so many people trying out.
Right. So picture this. Mattie walks out there in front of Lionel Richie, Carrie Underwood, and Luke Bryan, and that's it. That's the moment that decides everything. And right away, her singing makes an impact. Like the report says, her voice and her potential were obvious to the judges. They saw it immediately.
And that instant recognition, that's really important to understand. Those judges, they know what they're listening for. So for Mattie to stand out from everyone else they've heard, it means there's something special about her singing. Maybe it's a unique tone, or maybe she has incredible control right from the start. It's that raw talent, those basic qualities they're looking for.
Yeah, and what really stood out to me? Carrie Underwood's feedback. She said to Mattie, you've got such a great voice. But the key now is to get comfortable. Really own the stage and build that confidence. You've got this. And to me, that points to something really important. Even if you have an amazing voice, it might not be enough on its own.
Yeah, right?
The judges are looking at the whole picture, and the feedback they give early on often shows you what needs work, what needs to be developed to really succeed later in the competition.
Exactly. Just having raw talent in your voice can only get you so far, especially in a competition like American Idol, where performance matters so much. Being able to connect with the audience, visually, emotionally, that's just as important. And what Underwood is saying is basically pointing out what Mattie needs to focus on next in her journey.
And then Luke Bryan says something interesting, too. He says, I think she's probably got a little more in the tank than that, too. And when you hear a comment like that, it makes you wonder, what else are these judges listening for? They've done this for so long. It's not just about what they hear right then and there, but what they think might be coming, what they sense is possible.
Right. And what's really insightful here is that Brian's intuition is picking up on something, like he's recognizing her potential. He probably heard some hints, little things maybe in her control, her range, or even in the way she sang that made him think she could do even more. They're not just judging her on how she's doing at that moment. They're trying to see how far she can go.
And then we get to see Maddie's reaction after she gets the golden ticket from Ryan Seacrest. She's clearly emotional. She says, it means a lot. I didn't think I would get this, so I'm really grateful. And you can feel her surprise, and her gratitude. It makes the whole thing feel more real, more human, even in this high-pressure, crazy situation.
And that vulnerability you hear can really stick with the judges and the audience early on. It shows how much this means to her personally.
Right.
And it makes her journey, her whole experience, something people can connect with. It's not just about talent. It's about these big dreams starting to become real.
Right. And that golden ticket, that's the moment everything changes. It's the proof, the tangible proof that she's moving on from that first audition to the really tough competition in Hollywood. It's a huge accomplishment.
Yes, it is.
But as the report says, it's just the beginning.
Exactly. That golden ticket means she's getting into a much tougher situation. It shows that people see her potential, but the real test, where she'll really grow, is in those next rounds.
So to sum it all up for you, Mattie Pruitt's audition was successful because she's got a really strong voice, a voice that grabs the away. But the feedback she got shows us that working on her stage presence will be really important as she goes on.
Yeah.
And that golden ticket is amazing, a huge accomplishment. But it's really just the first step on what's going to be a really tough journey.
And if we think about